Is that because I didn't change something? So we are doing the percentage cost now. Let's see. Price, not value. Price. Well, we'll need to round it to the nearest number because this sort of stuff happens. Alright, so let's see. This is a full potion or something. Full potion is 550, which would be 275. Which it is, awesome. This one's magic water, that would be 150. Yep. So it looks like it's working, but with the caveat of making sure I'm rounding it to an integer, which let's see, can I just wrap it in number or do I need to do something a bit more involved? No, it's not good enough. That just wants to make sure it's a number, which even if it's got 5 billion points on it, or 5 billion zeros, it's still a number. I've got a feeling it's some weird thing you need to do in JavaScript to round a number. Maybe I can just do to fixed. Hmm. There'll be an easy way of doing it that I just don't know. Let's see. How do I floor a number JavaScript? Math.floor. Okay, easier than I thought. So what floor does says do the calculation and then floor will round down to the nearest integer. And ceiling will round up. So it doesn't matter if it's 0.6, doesn't matter if it's 0.3, floor will round down and seal, as in ceiling, will round up. If you just use something like round, I don't know if JavaScript has round uh, or some kind of round equivalent, that will go up or down based on the number given. I think it's usually around 5. So if it's 5, it will usually go up. If it's less, it'll go down. So I will just double check that's going to work. Yep, looks much better. Oh, and I guess I should be rounding up since it's a cost. I doubt a business would be going down. Yep, so see, it went from 490 to 491, even though it was 0.00000006 or something. Doesn't matter, it rounds up. Alright, so then the next part would be we're displaying some kind of number, we're displaying the correct items, but now we need to handle what happens when we click on it. We also need to handle if it should be enabled or not. So let's go scene scene item is probably what we're looking for. Oh, no, wrong one. We still want to be here. Is enabled is no longer just is item. Is item and game party dot gold. It's maybe wrong, but let's see. Oh yeah, game party gold. So that gives us how much gold the party has. If the gold is greater than or equal to the cost, which let's come back to this. I'm going to purposely add that so that there's an error. Let's just have identify get cost. We will just say get cost. And in here we'll do the calculations rather than in here. So we'll say const cost equals identify data dot get cost and just pass in the item. Much cleaner, much neater. And then in here, we will do all of this, all of the calculations. We'll just return flat cost, or we'll return that. Um, So what am I doing? What am I doing? Okay, so if I just use get cost anywhere I want the cost now, I should be able to say, there we go. Just if the gold is greater than or equal to the cost of the item, or the identify cost, then it should be enabled. So I think the party has nothing to begin with. There we go, nice. It's all disabled for now. We'll give him 150 gold with one click. So we can do that, we can't do that. Very nice. But that's not quite what we want though. Shop identify, we don't just want to quit out the scene. We want to stay in the scene. We want to refresh the item window. I think that's how we want it. I think that's how we do it. We want to activate, and it's maybe select last. I'm not certain about this part though. Item window. And we also want the party to lose the gold, lose gold, and the amount is going to be get cost of this item and really in the shop window we probably should have some display of the party's gold. So if we do that, it goes away. Right, hold on. I'll click again. So at the moment we can't afford this and we can't afford this. So if I click on this one, we lose gold, and now we can't afford this because we've lost the gold. Awesome. So maybe we want a title window that says identify shop or something. I don't know what the regular shops look like, so the Ghoul store. Do we want key items here? We could just remove key items, have a smaller window, and have a gold in the top corner. Just like this one. Does require a bit more coding, but if it looks better, then it's worth it, right? These videos are getting very long. It's still early in the day. Okay, so here we are at the shop, identify. So this is the item scene. So create category window. So we need to change item category. Okay, we'll just rip this. And change item category to shop item, identify shop item category. Bit wordy, but it's descriptive. Yeah, we'll just replace all of them. And here we want item category. So say an initialize, it calls this. So if I call this, max columns is going to be 3. We don't need update. Command list, we're going to rip out key item. And I don't think we need the rest. So let's see how it looks. Okay, just need to make the window smaller. Category window rect, right. Oh, this is scene item, which is not what we want. We want to change that, change that. So let's check the shop window or scene shop. How does it create the command window? Command window rect. So the width. Width is the goal. Oh, the gold window X. Okay, that makes sense. I'm gonna take these. So this is how we create the gold window. Um, how wide is main command width? Okay. So the width of the category window is going to be minus the main command width. We aren't drawn the gold window yet, we're just trying to place the command. Oh, wrong one. There we go. Item, weapon, armor. So let's go to scene item. This is where we're creating all the windows. Copy that. Make sure we don't overwrite scene item. Put that there. Alright, so we want to run all of scene item, which is this part. And then we can do our own one, which is create gold window. There you go. Nice. So we go boom. Oh, there's an issue. We haven't updated the gold window when we do something. So the only time we lose gold is here. So not only do we want to refresh the item window, we also want to refresh the gold window when we click on an item. There we go. Um, Spells, stores, and items done. Yep, done. Oh, we've not done stat changes. Hide price. Let's keep that in. We're not sure yet. It's kind of obvious the price now if you have that option enabled for the percentage cost. What was I thinking now? What's the next big thing? Oh yeah, the pop-up window. We need to work on some kind of pop-up window. I think it's gotta be selectable. Let's say object.create window selectable. Identify pop-up. Identify pop-up. Prototype dot set text equals function. this dot draw. I think it's just draw text, but we'll have a look. Draw text. This will eventually be a parameter, but we'll just say identified and then something. And do we need rect? Would it just be this? Hmm. You know what? Essentially, we want a help window. Identify pop-up. We will do that. We don't want to do that anywhere else. You know what? If we're doing this, should maybe we just want to be using a help window. Okay, yeah, let's get rid of this for now. Maybe in scene base we'll have a easily accessible way of creating. That feels wasteful though. Okay, we'll need to call create, and we will just run scene item to create all these. Create pop-up window. Create pop-up window, create pop-up window, and this one as well. Let's see, create help window. This does feel a bit wasteful having to copy and paste, but I don't like the idea of having all of this code for creating a pop-up in some scene that doesn't actually use it. So we're changing the parts that are important. So pop-up window rect, pop-up window, but we're actually creating a help window. So the width can go at the top, and the height can go at the top because the X, um, how how wide do we want this? Maybe 3/4 of the window. Or I guess multiply by 0.75 is better. So if that's the width and that's the height, the X is going to be box width divided by 2, and then minus that. Box height, is that a thing? Yeah, divided by 2, and then either plus or minus the window height divided by 2. I think multiplying by 0.5 is slightly faster. Yeah, I don't know if this'll work. Let's just see. The pop-up window will appear immediately instead of being hidden and then shown at the right time. There it is. There's the little window. That's cool. Um, we hide? Is that a thing that's in here? Sort of. Yeah, it looks like some windows allow you to hide. That's cool. Let's just try again. Make sure that is okay. So it's hidden for now. So when we click OK, we don't want to pop the scene. We want to say this pop-up window. Set text. Is that what we do? Let's see. Help window. Set text. Yeah, set text rather than set item. Uh, this dot pop-up window dot show pop-up window dot activate. Is that mm, identified full potion? Oh, this is so good. I think it is working the way I want it to. So now we do some handlers. This pop-up window dot set handler. Okay. So pop-up um, on pop-up input. That's all we're interested in, because we're going to do the same thing for cancel. We don't care if they're pressing A or B or whatever it is. We will just close. So we say scene item identifier prototype dot on pop-up input. We will just pop the scene. Ah, that's annoying. Okay, why is the item window okay with set handler but pop-up window is not? Let's see. Window selectable. Maybe that's the issue. Let's see, selectable.